Could your relationship survive domestic violence?
Unfortunately, this is gonna be an abusive relationship. You better eat that steak.
My friend, don't make me beat your ass on this camera.
I think every relationship is abusive.
Just because one person put their hands on somebody, that doesn't mean they're the only one to blame.
The more you argue, the more you will learn how to communicate.
Just because a person is abusive, that doesn't mean they can't be fixed.
You to get the hell away.
They might kill you. Just because my parents did it, that don't mean I should do it.
Different levels of abuse, you know.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm sure most of you guys are new here. Today we are going to be eating steak, eggs, and potatoes, or should we say french fries. It was made by this handsome fella over here, Cook and Throw Down. If you don't know, guys, this is my boyfriend. The topic is going to be, darling, want to tell them what we're going to talk about?
Oh, you say you want to talk about domestic violence?
Yes. The question is, could your relationship survive domestic violence? We're going to eat a little bit and then we're going to talk. You can take it off the platform if you want to, darling, so we can show them. But we're going to eat some of my food first and then we can get into it. The french fries are good. So, he doesn't really do social media. I want you guys to welcome him. He gonna get used to it though because we're gonna be doing this real often. Real often. Here goes some eggs. He make the best eggs. Honestly. And he put some parsley on there. Fancy, fancy. The cheese is literally how I like it. Remember I told you, melt it a little bit.
You gotta do that when the eggs is like finishing up. Just let the cheese just sit. I don't think the question should be can you survive. Not only can you survive, it's just like I think every relationship is abusive. It's different levels of abuse, you know.
Yeah. So we talking about abuse or domestic violence?
Domestic violence comes with abuse.
Yeah.
It's nothing but abuse when it's like domestic violence. I mean, because...
Cheers. Yeah, because... I don't know. It'll get there, but I feel like with abuse, domestic violence could come from it. Not always. I don't want to say always because... Just mental abuse, you don't have to put your hands on a person if you're mentally abusing them.
Still the same thing, domestic.
Yeah.
It's just different forms of it, but I believe you can survive it.
Y'all, y'all see how easy that steak is ripped? I like my steak cooked medium. And this right here, juicy, tender, melt in your mouth. Sorry, darling. Don't like smacking.
Is that a carrot you did or something?
These are the french fries. They're crunchy. But honestly, my question is yes. My answer to the question is yes. I do believe that a relationship can survive domestic violence. Simple fact, if both parties are willing to change. And I don't want to always say both parties because it could be, you know, just one person. But most of the time, whoever is in a relationship, I feel like you both have to change and be willing to commit to that change. Now, we're not really talking about the straight up abusers who's just abusing you for no reason. Not the ones who just backsmacking you because
They eat that steak.
my friend. That one. We're not talking about that one. We're talking about the real life of like the relationships that plays a part. Like I said, when both parties plays a part, basically antagonizing, both have anger issues. I feel like it can get resolved because just because one person put their hands on somebody, that doesn't mean they're the only one to blame. Because the antagonizer or the one who was pushing that person buttons could also be in the wrong.
Yeah.
Because
Damn.
you'll make me beat your ass on this camera. You'll keep agreeing like that.
I'm agreeing. Which one? We disagree with you?
No.
I'm just saying, can't win. Forms of abuse right there. You gonna beat my ass on camera or beat my ass?
I was joking.
Because I'm agreeing with you.
Y'all, look
But
at
if I
this thing.
disagree,
It's just literally ripping apart.
that's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Literally ripping apart. It's so big. I'm playing.
That's
my way of love.
9
So,
times out of 10, women do the antagonizing.
quick disclaimer. We're not professionals. We're not saying that, what we're speaking is facts. It's based off of our opinions and what we believe. But
You ain't gotta agree with me at all. That's how I feel.
yeah.
You antagonize the heck out of me. Can I say hell? I already said. Seriously though, I think you can survive too. It's just about how you survive it. It's how you argue. You gotta learn how to argue differently.
Communicate differently.
Communicate differently and argue. This is not communicate, because you can communicate, but we all gonna argue at some point in time.
Sometimes.
I think argument is healthy to a certain extent, but I just think you gotta learn how to argue, how to disagree, how to fight.
Yeah. I guess I can accept that because that's a way like God. How he gotta weigh the good and bad because he gotta give you some bad so you can appreciate the good. Is that where you going with that?
No, but yeah.
Basically, you gotta argue so that it can be good.
You can learn how to communicate. The more you argue,
Yeah.
the more you'll learn how to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
The more you learn how to fight through things and get through things. But if you never really have no argument, it's just like y'all haven't even tested the waters yet. So,
or even a disagreement.
Yeah, even that, you gotta learn how to go through it.
Yeah. I agree with that because then that's how you figure out if they crazy or just a little bit crazy. If they abusive or just a little bit abusive.
You'll know someone abusive. Like, you know your damn self if you're abusive.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it also comes with no.
If I'm just aggressive all my daggone life, I like to drink and I get with someone, guess what? Unfortunately, this is going to be an abusive relationship because I already have issues coming into it.
I agree with that. Because that's basically what I was going to say. If you already know, that's why you got to get to know a person, know their history, know their background, and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you'll know how to handle a person. Because honestly, just because a person is abusive, that doesn't mean they can't be fixed. That doesn't mean they're just like the worst person ever. Like, they can get some help and they need some help. But again, it has to be if you want to change. If you want to change.
It's deeper. Like we say, it's deeper than just they're abusive. Because why are they abusive? What happened to them? What's wrong with them? And then it goes back to their past, their childhood, or whatever. And then if you don't take the time to figure that out or want to figure that out, it's gonna be hard to find the answers of why y'all can't communicate, why y'all have a toxic, relationship or situation.
Yeah. Especially because, like, if the abuser is in denial,
hell yeah,
then it's just straight up like, I think you could say hell. If the abuser is in denial, then it's straight up like.
Also, I just believe too at the same time, even the person that's doing the abuse and they're abusing themselves, and people just don't understand that too. Just because I'm not saying it's a man or a woman, whoever's the more aggressive or the more abusive, you got to understand what they putting themselves through too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They going through something. If they doing this to you, you can imagine what they're doing to themselves in their own mind or in their own personal time and everything like that. Not saying you should accept it or you should be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, something wrong with me because this is what he doing to me. You know, he got a lot of things going on. She got a lot going on. It's just, again, communicating and trying to understand.
Yeah.
Like, nah, this ain't right, but something wrong with you.
Right,
like,
right.
Like, what's up?
Let's get you some help.
Yeah. You know.
And again, it comes with a person. We're talking about people who are actually in relationships, and you know, sometimes it do get to that point when drinks are involved and everything, stuff happens, you never know. But comes for knowing your person. Knowing where they come from. And again, to answer the question, it's like, yes, you can survive. You can survive if you want to. I feel like any toxic relationship, you can survive. If you guys stick around long enough, we probably give y'all some story times about, you know, different situations we survived together because, I mean, you know, there's no reason to fake. We're not perfect, you know.
Oh, far from it.
We're not perfect, but we're trying.
Trust me.
We're learning from our mistakes.
I wouldn't want to hear the stories my dad going, so.
Some situations they cannot survive and you definitely need to leave and get help. I also want to say this. I used to work at a domestic violence shelter on a hotline, so some information that I'm giving you guys is actual like facts, as in I've been through training for this. But some things you definitely need to seek help if it's, you know, too bad. But when it's both parties involved, so let's say that
I don't seek help, you to get the hell away.
Together. No, yeah, well that's what I'm saying. But you gotta get help to get away because that person then they might kill you. You know? And it's true. So we're talking about both parties that, you know, are mutually putting in on the abused. And yeah, I feel like you both got to want to change. You both have to realize that, you know, this is not right. Just because my parents did it, that don't mean I should do it.
Not saying that.
Just because I can't control my anger, that don't mean I should do it. You know, get help. If you're angry and something triggered you, like, get help. Because no, just because the person hit you, that doesn't mean you should hit them back.
It was like fat. Trade. You want to trade?
Why? Because you like the thick one? I feel like a lot of times people just, they gotta fix themselves, basically. You gotta fix yourself. And with fixing yourself, I started laughing because I was about to say you just gotta find Jesus, because that sounds so cliche, but it's so true. Because if you find Jesus and become whole with yourself, you wouldn't be so angry.
I don't know why I didn't get the knife, because it was coming apart.
I know. It was coming, right. It's just when you get to the thick part, you gotta like break it. But it's very tender. It's very tender. But yeah, it's like you know, if you was more at peace with yourself and more happy with yourself, it would be no reason to do that. Like, because why would you let a person make you so mad you gotta hit them? Why would you let a person get you so angry to come out your character? It's like, what are they saying or what are they doing that's affecting you so much? A lot, just like financial. Women stay with their husbands for getting beat up because they're providing financially and they're taking care of everything. But if they had their own and they were financially stable and was able to do what they, you know, how they wanted to move, I'm sure they would leave. So again, you have to be whole with yourself and have yourself fully together mentally, physically, and everything. And I feel like, I mean, no one's going to ever be perfect. You're going to need help. But to some extent, you need to be stable, like stabilized to where you know, like, oh, if somebody do this, I'm going to be mad. So let me not even, you know, involve myself. If I go out with this person and drink and I'm going to get so drunk and then I'm going to stay out and then not answer the phone and then I'm going to black out, then that means you shouldn't do it. That means you should stay, go home. And if you're not stable enough to understand that, or you're still making foolish decisions, then you just need to be a single, because when you get with the partner, everything you do affects your partner. Not saying your partner has to be perfect, but If y'all too messed up, then just stay away and fix it. Don't make things even worse.
I don't really totally agree with that. Like, you just basically saying two complicated people can't get together.
No, I said if you know that you complicated, then you should just stay away.
Why is that? Because this person can make you whole and help you fix yourself, because this is what you might need.
They could, but that goes off what I said, darling. If you know that you're not at the point to where you see the signs, as in if you know, oh, I'm still at the point where if I get mad, I'm smacking, then you don't need to be with it. Nobody. If you're still to the point where you're angry, you want to go party, don't and mess with other people. Why get into a relationship? I'm just saying it all goes hand in hand. But yes, on a deeper level, I'm speaking of.
But I don't think everyone knows that about themselves. Everyone say they're probably ready and get into the relationship, and then it might hit the wall. It might get real hard, and the person just need it out. And their usual out, could be partying.
Yeah.
Their usual out could be some type of drug.
Which is true.
But I'm not doing this because, oh yeah, this is what I choose to do. It's like, damn, I need an out. And this is what's easing me right now. So 4 or 5 months can go past and they not taking that out. And
Which is true. So at least if whoever they go out and try to get, but at the same time, I guess that's why when people are so lost, they only deal with victims. A person that's below them, a person they can control, a person they could, take advantage of, because they know you're not going to come to a person that's put together with that crap.
I wouldn't just say that either, though, because I want to say they deal with it. That's what they attract and what's going to accept them too. Because if you can't deal with nothing that's going to be above you if you like that, because they don't that person not going to have time for you. I don't have time for your bullshit. I can see it. Not saying I got anything against you, but I've been there.
You're not good for me.
I've been there. I've been with that. I had to work through it, so you need to work through it.
Yeah.
So ain't picking and choosing. It's just negativity attract positive.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
So then I guess it's just, at the end of the day, it's like, keep your hands to yourself. Come on, you gotta say bye. My face probably was greasy. Sit down, darling. They can't see you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Wait, first of all, if you made it this far, I didn't even tell them like, subscribe, or none of that, but it's whatever. If you made it this far, we thank you so much. We definitely want to hear, your guys' opinion on what we spoke about today. Any more questions, any more topics you guys probably had for us. Our food was delicious. The drinks was better. Your conversation was better. And we're going to see y'all in our next video.
I can't wait till we get over there. Then you complimented me on TV. I don't know what this is. Camera.
You on candy camera now.
All right. See y'all later. I'll holler at you.
Bye.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. 'Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced.